everyone is aware GenAI is one of the most hot happening buzz these days. So our speaker for the day is Miss Anita, who will be taking ahead, and she has been a very prolific trainer in the area of GenAI productivity. And in case, the format would be that she'll be delivering lectures and people, in case someone want to have some query or some doubt clarified. And although we have a small 10 minutes session at the end of the webinar towards question and answer. And in case someone is willing to check their knowledge base on generative AI basics, so there is a small quiz which is available on our platform. So I have posted that in the group chat. So this is our learning platform in case someone want to access more material about this, check their current knowledge. There would be a pre-test, there would be a post-test. So they can register themselves, and also the recording of this session would also be available on that platform. So I've shared that link in the group chat in case anyone want to attempt that pre-test and the post-test. They can register themselves and our team will add. So we'll wait for next 1 or 2 minutes because there are more nomination, then we'll start. Hope that is okay with everyone.
Yeah, okay.
Great. Just another minute and we'll start. So by that time, someone want to explore that learning platform and appear for that pre-test and a small quiz. So feel free. It's optional, not a mandate. Link for that platform I have shared in the chat. So I feel, Anita, we should start. So welcome everyone who have joined recently, and everyone knows the agenda for today. We are focusing on the GenAI offering by Google and a particular certification, which is Google GenAI Leadership Certification. A very recent, very much in demand, popular certification, one of its kind, and targeted specifically for non-technical business users who don't have any coding or technical background, and it is one of its kind. So it's over to you, Anita, who is the speaker for the day. So like I explained earlier, and over to you, Anita, please.
Thank you so much. And good afternoon, everyone. I'll share my screen. Please confirm you can hear me and it is visible. The screen is visible.
Yes, visible, please.
Yes.
All right. So welcome to this webinar on Google Cloud Generative AI Leader Certification and why it is so important for us, for professionals like you to obtain this certificate. I'll begin with an introduction. I am Dr. Anita Gupta. I have 21 years of work experience. I have worked in academia as well as in the corporate. In academia, I was associated with institutes like the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, and Symbiosis International University in Pune. In the corporate, I have held leadership positions, particularly in marketing and management domain, and I have worked in India, Middle East like Doha and Dubai, and also in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and I have worked with a lot of US companies. So I did my PhD from Symbiosis International University in 2016. So that's a brief about me. And my passion is to help professionals understand not only why AI is important, but also to help them deploy it, implement it in an ethical and strategically responsible manner. And that's exactly why we are here today, to understand how generative AI is reshaping the industry in various domains and what is the role of Google in this space. So today's agenda is, why is AI so important for businesses in the present scenario? Google Cloud's role in generative AI. Now we will also talk about the certification overview, the Google Cloud Generative AI Leader Certification Overview, the exam deep dive, the different domains that are there, some sample questions and real world applications. We'll also take up some use cases and case studies to understand how the learnings from this certification program are being used in real life, real world scenarios, and what is the ROI that the companies are getting. And finally, how you can prepare for this exam and the next steps, followed by question and answer. So why this webinar matters? Generative AI is reshaping industries. Leaders and professionals, of course, need more than awareness. They need a strategy of AI and how to incorporate it into their business from day-to-day activities. Certification provides credibility and future readiness, because now the future is AI first, and the certification from Google is a highly reliable and credible certificate which you can obtain. Leaders can drive transformation across every stage of the value chain if they obtain this certification and understand and implement it. So the AI imperative, now we cannot do without AI, and also just the simple awareness on AI is not going to be sufficient. We need to implement it. It has to be incorporated into the DNA of the company. From every department, every level, every hierarchy, they need to understand and align their knowledge, skills, experience with AI, so that they derive the maximum productivity in a short span of time. So AI is the leadership agenda. We know that every boardroom leaders are discussing and focusing on AI. They're investing a huge amount of money to become an AI-driven company. So all the professionals associated with such businesses need to also prioritize this and stay ahead of the learning curve. AI is no longer a side project. It is on the CEO's dashboard. Companies are reorganizing around AI first strategies. A strategic priority is the organizational shift. Earlier, the primitive way of doing business were there, but now the traditional is being taken over by AI, and the result is fast and accurate output. So definitely, when we have something which is giving us such enhanced productivity, people want to opt for it as soon as possible and deploy it. Leadership risk. Executives and professionals who do not, who lack the AI knowledge, who do not update and upgrade their skills, they face exclusion from critical strategic decisions, from certain promotional parameters. They just don't meet those. So it is always important to stay ahead in technology and adopt the trend that is there. AI is going to stay, and it is going to mold in ways we cannot imagine at the moment. So JP Morgan created a dedicated AI council led by executives, not just engineers. So the leadership is aligned. So AI is no more just about the technical leaders or the technical professionals and coding. It is more than that. It is about building strategies with the help of AI. So AI is so important. And now here is a question that I want to ask the participants. What's your biggest motivation for pursuing AI? I gave you a brief on why AI is so critical in today's scenario. Why do you think what is your priority or motivation for pursuing AI certificate? Just to keep this interactive, you can message me in the chat, or you can also unmute and talk. I'll repeat the question. What's your biggest motivation? Suppose you were thinking of pursuing an AI. What could be your motivation? Is it the promotion? Is it the knowledge update? Or what is it? Any of you?
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
I think for more efficiency and effectiveness in the work,
That's very
time saving.
nice. Yeah, it saves time, it enhances your productivity in a very short span of time. You can do more and you can have more time for yourself. What more can be asked for? So your enhanced productivity is a reason to inspire you to obtain this certificate. Very nice. Anybody else wants to share their experience or
So
their
I
motivation factor? Yeah.
hi. So to learn, to understand, and to imbibe in the future actions.
Yes.
Yeah, that could be a part.
Yes, very nice. Anybody else who would like to share what would inspire them to obtain this certificate? If not, no problem. We will talk more and you will get more clarity on it. Okay, so I'll proceed. Generative AI, if you look at the market outlook, according to PwC, AI will contribute 15.7 trillion to the global economy by 2030. It's not very far away. And the projection is that for AI contribution to global economy by 2030 is 60 to 70%. A manager's task will be done mostly would be automated by AI. Whatever the manager today is doing will be 60 to 70% of his tasks will be automated by AI, and the manager, he is not going to lose his job. He is going to save more time for other important productive tasks because the tasks that will be automated are the routine tasks, the mundane ones. So the question isn't if AI will impact your industry. Definitely is going to impact your industry. The question is how fast and how prepared are you to adopt it? Because sooner or later you have to adopt this. From awareness to action, just being aware about AI is not going to be enough. I think most of you are already aware of AI. How many of you have already used ChatGPT and other open AI tools? Anybody who has not heard of it? I don't think so, right? But just being aware is not going to give you the output that is relevant and accurate. Okay, so for that, we need to have AI in action and we have to incorporate it in a very serious manner. And for that, this certification is there. I'll tell you the current state. Leaders often say, we know AI is important, but we don't know where to start. To see the confusion in the market. The bridge. This certification bridges that gap with practical frameworks and actionable insights. So this is not just about theoretical knowledge that you will gain through the certification, but it is a bridge that will give you hands-on, exposure to different tools, how to use them, how to implement them in the context of your business. So that actionable insight is possible. Leadership readiness, it equips you with the language, frameworks, and credibility to guide strategic conversations. Any questions before I move further? As a professional, even if you are not into the technology domain, and sometimes you have to communicate about the importance of AI value to your stakeholders, when you're making some presentations to different stakeholders, investors, customers. So you can do that well when you are certified. Right? You all agree with me? You have the credibility to talk about it. Now, let's look at a very simple example of Microsoft. What it did, this company partnered with OpenAI just to be just to show that they are a company which is driven by AI first. And they are the AI first company. The strategic vision is Microsoft leadership recognized AI as a transformational opportunity, not just a tool to enhance productivity. Market repositioning, they position themselves as the AI first technology leader. And how many of you have heard of Copilot from Microsoft? Anyone in the audience? All right. So Copilot is a generative AI tool that Microsoft has integrated into all its systems and tools, which has enhanced the productivity, be it Excel, Word, PowerPoint, everywhere you can have this Gen AI incorporated, and it is helping productivity, minimizing the time required to create presentations, for example, to create different charts, diagrams on Excel, to create data, to analyze data and things like that, to summarize big documents. All of it is being done very conveniently because it is all imbibed into the system itself. So that is the power of AI. Now, I have another question for you. Think for a moment, in your industry, now you all are coming from different industries, right? Which competitor is already using AI aggressively? You know your industry, the competitor, and which one is using AI very aggressively, and what does that mean for you? Anybody? Anyone here from retail industry or
Hi.
healthcare
So
industry? Yeah.
yeah, there are a lot of e-com businesses. For apparel point of
Hmm.
view, I'm giving you an idea that most of the e-com businesses, they have started generating AI model and rendering all the garments on top of it and selling it. Either you have the original product with you or not, and then they're doing it like single order kind of
Absolutely. They
business.
don't have inventory pile up,
Yeah,
nothing. Yeah,
yeah, nothing.
nothing. That's the power. Yeah, they have derived. Absolutely
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. So what does all this mean? The competitors are adopting AI very aggressively. What does that mean to you? You know, as somebody who is working for a company. So what does that for an industry? What does that mean to you? Should you be left behind, or should you also adopt? Your company should also adopt AI aggressively. What do you think? You agree that they should adopt AI, right? Isn't
They
it?
should, yeah, they should adopt AI, but in a
Yeah,
certain
otherwise,
way.
yeah, they
Yeah.
will be left behind. You can cut down costs, you can enhance speed, you can enhance productivity. So many benefits are there. Yeah. Moving on, what is Google Cloud? Okay, why we are talking about, we saw that Microsoft is also there, but why Google Cloud leads AI innovation? Because they are the pioneers. They are into this. They are the yeah, into AI since many years, decades old. Okay, and they have been the pioneer in artificial intelligence, machine learning, decades of research and development in this domain. They have an AI first. They have been AI first since the beginning. Like they have these tools called TensorFlow, BERT, Gemini. Many of the models we use every day come from Google research. Has anybody heard of Vertex AI ecosystem? It is from Google, and this is a unified platform for machine learning workflows and deployments. So in this platform, you can build, you can deploy, you can train the models and govern AI models responsively. Uh, the the infrastructure built for global business transformation, there is huge infrastructure built from Google Cloud, and that's why it it is the leader in innovation. Think for a moment. Okay. Now I'll move to the next one. We will have the overview of the certification, Google Cloud Generative AI Leader Certification, what it is about, for whom it is meant, what is the process, how you can prepare for it, and so on. Let's deep dive. Google Cloud Generative AI Leadership Certification is designed for not just managers, leaders, but also for anyone who is keen on learning. It can be any professional, tech professionals or software developers, anybody. It includes online courses and hands-on labs. And then at the end, there is an exam which has to be cleared, then only the certification is obtained. It covers there are certain things that it covers: Gen AI fundamentals, ethical AI, which is very critical. Somebody saying something? Was there any question? I cannot hear clearly. Shall I continue or pause?
Please continue, Anita.
All right, okay. So GenAI, the certification covers GenAI fundamentals, ethical AI, and Google Cloud tools. There are various tools that are there offered by Google Cloud and how we can use them. All of those things are being covered in this certification program. And the focus is not just on how to build, but how to lead the company. There are different learning pathways. So these are all available on the official Google website. One is the different pathways. The first one is AI ML and Gen AI fundamentals. So artificial intelligence, machine learning basics, and the generative AI fundamentals are covered in this domain. Then there are hands-on labs with Vertex AI. I explained what is Vertex AI. It is Google's platform which helps in building, deploying, and training different models. Responsible AI frameworks. So in AI has to be used very ethically and responsibly. Otherwise, there can be a lot of issues. So here, Google is very credible source in dealing with this, and they have responsible AI frameworks where you will learn privacy, compliance, and other related issues very clearly. Then we have business use cases. A lot of business use cases, business scenarios would be there. It would be explained to you on how these different scenarios, in different scenarios, this course has come handy and helpful to the business professionals. Then there is a final assessment which needs to be taken and explain more. The whole journey can take 4 to 6 weeks depending on your own pace. Any questions on this learning path from anyone in the participants? Have you understood this?
This business use case is coming from where? I mean, you will be giving it or from our organization we have to bring for doing certain evaluation and the
Yeah, these
ROI.
are all these resources are available on Google. Okay, you can take your self-paced learning and you can download those documents or you can read it online. Okay, these are available free only. Okay,
Okay.
does that answer your question?
You mean to say these are all the documents, not in real practice during the certification we have to bring up your business case and wherein how we can
No, no. What
solve
I'm
this with
saying is,
GenAI.
no. What I'm saying is, in the certification, these are the things that are covered. So these are the learning tools, learning resources that are there, learning pathway. When we say that, that means there are various sources of knowledge that you can gather, and they have provided everything. So you have to read, go through those things, okay, and then you take the exam. So you don't have to bring business use cases from your side. It is all there. Is that okay?
Okay.
Anita, I'll just like to chip in. Sir, what we are trying to highlight here is that the exam that will be conducted by Google, most of the questions would be scenario based. Although there would be questions which would be related to the tool, but there could be many questions which are scenario based. But it would be their scenario, they'll come up and then they'll ask you which tool fit best in this scenario. But nowhere they'll be asking you to upload a business case or from your side. I
Yeah.
hope that answers, right?
Yeah, because I'm just a little bit worried about the data, sensitivity in case if something is directly we are putting up into these tools and then
No,
we are
you don't have to
evaluating
put
them.
anything. You don't have to put anything. We have cases and scenarios and use cases that we will provide. The Google will provide. You don't have to upload your personal company data.
So while training and preparing for this certification, so even if there's a self-learning tool or self-learning mode you go, or there is a class that you attend or instructor, so he or she
Yeah,
will
I
have
will
to
come.
explain using a lot of use cases. Yeah. So that is what
Yeah,
the
so
point is, because the exam has a lot of questions which are not like direct questions, but based on some use cases that in this scenario, which would be the right Google tool. I hope that
absolutely.
answers, right?
Yeah, okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, when we discuss more, I think it will be more clear to you. So these are the resources that will be available free of cost from Google, and you have to go through it. This will help you when preparing for the exam. That's it. Why should professionals pursue this certification course? Imagine you are in a board meeting discussing AI investments, and if you are certified, you don't just listen, you lead the conversation, right? You understand more than your peers, than your colleagues. So you get some strategic leadership, you get team inspiration, you can inspire your team because of your literacy and deep knowledge in AI and Gen AI, and you get a competitive advantage in your career. So yeah, which factor influences now again in the beginning I asked you what would motivate you to take the certificate. Again I'm asking the same question in a different format. Which factor influences your decision to pursue this certification the most? What would it be? I have given some options for you. Which one is the major factor that would inspire you? I would love to hear. Is it for enhancing AI leadership skills? Is it for learning responsible and transformational AI solution strategies? Is it for gaining recognition as a visionary AI leader? Because not all are being trained in and certified, and you can get that edge. Or is it to access to new career opportunities and faster promotions? Or all of these? Anyone? I'll wait for a few seconds. You can read the question and you can answer me if you want, or you can just message in the chat. All right, moving ahead. The Google Cloud Gen AI Leader Certificate is not just about writing codes, getting codes from the system, but it is about business focused design. And that's why when we have the practice questions, it is more on we discussed that it is more on case based, scenario based questions wherein your understanding will be tested. So it is a no coding is required. You don't have to have a coding background to pursue this certificate. It is designed for all kinds of professionals, be it marketing managers, sales managers, strategists, HR professionals, business leaders, anybody who wants to adopt AI. Why this certification is so important? Because it has global recognition. Google is a very reputed company, and the investment that is required from the participants is just 99 USD to appear in the exam. The exam result is valid for 3 years. We know that AI is changing very fast, and a lot of new things will come up within 3 years. So after 3 years, again, you will have to take another certification to stay updated. So the validity is for 3 years, and when new things get added, again the format will be changed and new things will be implemented, and the certification has to be updated. Accessible format, this is a 90 minutes exam for the Google Cloud Gen AI Leader Certificate, getting that certificate. And there would be 50 to 60 multiple choice questions testing the strategic AI knowledge and the practical implications rather than just the tech and theoretical knowledge. This program was launched in May 2025, very recently, few months ago. So if you can position yourself as an early adopter in the AI leadership space, you will get massive advantage in your career, and you will get a competitive edge. So that's the power of this certificate. What the important skills you will gain from this? Understand Gen AI capabilities and risks. Evaluate AI strategies for your own business. Based on different situations that you will go through in the course, you will understand how it can be applicable in your own business, or what are the different ways in which your business can implement those as well. Lead ethical AI adoption. Communicate AI vision to stakeholders very easily and clearly. You can explain and communicate the benefits to your stakeholders. Lead ethical AI adoption, which is very, very critical. Adopting AI and without caring for the legal issues, without caring for compliance and for example, GDPR and privacy, it can lead you to trouble. So getting the full knowledge is important. So you have to do that through the certification. You will get to know all the legal compliance and privacy issues that are important and need to be taken care of. You will get that knowledge through this certificate. So why should you pursue AI certification? Position yourself as AI ready and lead teams with credibility. In today's market, technical literacy in AI isn't an optional anymore. It's essential for strategic leadership and competitive advantage in your career. We're talking about responsible AI and how Google helps. So AI adoption is not just about speed, it is about trust. Google emphasizes fairness, safety, and explainability. As leaders, adopting responsible AI is non-negotiable. They have to be responsible. So that is the advantage of this certificate. Responsible AI means building trust and safety. Trust, transparent AI systems, how we can build trust through transparent AI systems that explain their decisions and maintain consistent, reliable performance across diverse scenarios and user groups. So safety is the of safety is of utmost importance here, and fairness. So the bias detection and mitigation strategies. No bias. How can biases come in the AI, Gen AI? Any idea? Let me ask you so that you are a little more involved in the discussion. Any idea how biases creep in when we use AI? From your experience so far, from whatever you have heard or learned, can you explain what are biases in adopting AI? How it can affect the output of your prompt? Any one of you? Any idea?
No, could you please elaborate what is bias you're saying? Something to do with being favored or something? I mean, when you say bias.
So it is not about favoring individuals. Like, sometimes as individuals, we are biased towards a certain gender, for
Ah,
example.
yes,
But here,
yes.
yeah, so that is a kind of bias. We are biased towards certain class of people. Sometimes it
Mm.
happens as naturally among humans, even though we don't want to be. Now, this is AI, and sometimes the AI model can be biased. Okay, the AI output that I have got, I asked the system to do something, Gen AI, I used Gen AI, and the result that I obtained can be biased. It may not be a fair, transparent, and good decision, accurate answer. It is not an accurate response. So that is a bias. So this is the case of bias, and it happens in AI also. But there are ways to mitigate the bias, to detect the bias. Have you understood? So these details you will learn when you obtain the certification. They will teach you how to spot biases, how to detect them, and how to mitigate, what strategies to adopt to mitigate such biases. I'll explain with an example. Suppose a model has been constructed based on a data set that is flawed. The data that was provided on which the model is built, the computer has learned some patterns, okay, and build a model. But since the data itself was flawed or wrong, the model that got built, the resulting model will obviously be not accurate, correct? If you're going to use that
Yeah.
model and if you're going to use that model and implement it and say that according to this model, this or this, so this is the output and it is correct. No, the entire flow of work that you have obtained with that model and with that data set is going to be not accurate. Okay, so when we are talking about responsible AI, so we're using AI, but we have to use our own common human insight to spot, detect the bias, and to mitigate it, to ground the AI. Have you understood?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
All right.
That means you can also consider every technology has its own pitfalls and
Yes.
negative aspect of this. So
Yes.
this is one of the negative aspect which we have to overcome.
This is one of the negative aspects, but so there only AI is not going to take away our jobs as humans. Okay, so human insight is absolutely important. So there is our chance. We know the technology, we know everything, and we will master it. The technology will not master us. So here we have, so we will work in alignment with the technology, and we still have our supremacy over it once we learn it. Is that okay?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Correct. Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. So Google's AI Principles framework provides practical guidelines for implementing responsible AI at scale, on a larger scale. helping organizations balance innovation with ethical considerations. So ethical consideration is of paramount importance, and that's why this certification from Google is so relevant in today's time. Anybody learning AI from any source and then implementing it in the organization may not be, taking care of these factors which are so critical. And they can get into legal tassel also later on. So to avoid all of that, it is important that we understand the ethics involved in it. Google Cloud GenAI certification. Who are the target audience? We explained that it can be any professional. We don't have to have any background in technology. You don't have to have any coding background. It will help you in whatever task you are doing. AI will definitely augment your productivity and help you enhance your skills. Okay. Format and structure of this is a self-paced online learning with hands-on labs, real-world case studies, and comprehensive assessments, testing your understanding and knowledge based on the courses, based on the entire learning paths that are given to you. And the comprehensive learning path foundation courses, like I discussed in one of the previous slides, it consists of all the principles of AI, machine learning, deep learning, all the basics ones, and then Google Cloud fundamentals as well on generative AI, prompt engineering and stuff. It provides hands-on lab. So you will explore Vertex AI, AutoML, then we have Notebook LM, and so many other tools from Google, which you will get access to and use them and know how to use it in your organization as well, or in your task as well. Assessment, comprehensive evaluation of strategic thinking and technical knowledge, both will be assessed. And lastly, the certification is industry recognized, credential value that it has industry recognized credential, and it validates that you have the AI leadership capabilities in you if you complete this and pass the assessment. Okay, I'll move on to the next. The exam domain breakdown. So there are different fundamentals. We understood different domains. There are 4 main domains, and there are different weights of marks assigned to each domain. For the fundamentals, the weightage is 30%. Core concepts, terminology, theoretical things, okay, some ethical considerations, all of those will be assessed here. Google Cloud's GenAI offerings, here the weightage is 35%. So what are the different tools offered from Google? All of these are excellent tools. How many of you have worked on Gemini? Anybody can tell me what is Gemini? So what is the USP of Gemini, or how do we say? If USP you would know, right? Unique selling proposition. Forget about that. In what way have you used Gemini? So I want to know if you have used, in what way, for what kind of task. Nobody has used. It's very quick at creating AI images. So you give the input. You say that this is my visual idea. Since this is a webinar, I could not show you the demo, otherwise I would have done that. But we are sticking to the format and to things related to the certification. So it is very quick in generating images. Okay, AI powered images, whatever image you would need, you can give an idea of a man sitting clumsily. He is on a pile of with a pile of work on his desk, and he is so confused, doesn't know what to do. It will give an appropriate image to suit that situation. So whatever you need, marketing professionals use it very extensively for different kinds of content, visual content that they may need for social media posts, for banners, and so on. Vertex AI, Workspace AI, yeah, Workspace AI, Notebook LM, real business application. All of these are covered, and the questions will be asked on each of these things, and the weightage assigned is 35%. Any questions so far on these two fundamentals, on these two domains? I'll move on to the third one. It is improving GenAI model output. That means whatever response you are getting from the GenAI, how we can improve it further. So like as layman right now, if you haven't done any course and you are still using AI, which is okay, but the output that you will get, that may not be very relevant. That may not be very accurate. Why? Because the input that you are giving may not be as structured. I remember in one of my training programs, somebody said that providing a proper input to the computer is like providing a proper campaign brief. So it is that extensive, it is that intense. You just cannot write anything like we do in Google search and get the appropriate output. No, there is process to it. So in this domain, prompt engineering techniques will be assessed, how well you are aware of those things, mitigating LLM limitations. There are, of course, like somebody said, yes, the machines will have some limitations, but how to overcome those limitations? Large language model, LLM is large language models. So understanding natural languages, but there will be some limitations, and we will that will be covered, and it will be assessed at the end in the exam. Output optimization strategies. How do you optimize, and how do you optimize the output of your response? Whatever response you are getting from the GenAI, how do you optimize it so that it is the best answer, it is the most accurate and relevant answer in the context of your question? All right. Now, I don't know whether you are aware or not. Have you heard of hallucination? I'll explain. Sometimes some of the Gen AI models, they hallucinate, which means they give answers which look, answers means output responses which look relevant, which look believable, but actually they are fake. They are false. They are not true. Suppose we know that Taj Mahal is a monument and all that. Okay. And sometimes it can happen, not every time, but sometimes it does happen that the machine hallucinates, that the Gen AI model hallucinates. So what will happen if I say something, if I ask the system something about Taj Mahal tea, it may mistake it for the Taj Mahal monument and give me, stuff like it was built by Shah Jahan, blah, blah, blah. So it is not relevant to the output response that I am seeking on the tea brand. Are you all getting me? So this kind of, are you all getting me? Please let me know if there is any doubt, so that I can stop and explain. Otherwise, I'll continue. Can one of you please confirm you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes,
I
Tanya.
can.
Yes.
All
Yes, we
right.
can hear
Okay.
you.
Okay. Perfect. So sometimes the machines can give some fake information, and this has to be minimized. So there will be there are processes of mitigating it. There is RAG technology. So many things are there, grounding the AI, um, giving it accurate and more data sets so that it knows what the exact response should be in the context of the input prompt. Okay. So these things are covered in this domain. And the last one is business strategies for GenAI. After you have learned all these things and they have assessed you, they will this carries 15% of the weightage, so you need not worry much. But yeah, it will test your expertise on understanding how to implement the different frameworks that you have learned. What are the security protocols that you need to take care of? What are the compliance issues that you must meet within the domain and space of your industry? And the transformation best practices, how well to adopt and transform. Sorry. Yeah, and the best practices to adopt and implement the AI in your business. Now, here is a simple exam snapshot. There are 3 questions and sample questions. This is how the question pattern will be in the exam. Or for the certification, and there will be this is a multiple choice question, and you can see the options, and I have tick marked the correct option. You can go through it. What does Vertex AI search enable companies to do? To ground LLM response with first-party data, third-party data, and Google's knowledge graph. So what it actually does is it mitigates the biases and makes the model more robust, more accurate, relevant. Documentation-based chatbots. A company wants a chatbot using only official documentation. So which approach should it use? So this is again a situation that they have given, and now they want you to answer which one they will use. Should they use fine-tuning, data processing, model training, or use grounding? So this again you will learn in the course duration and you will answer it. Google Agent Space benefits. So what is Google Agent Space? It is a collaboration platform where different teams can collaborate and share knowledge among themselves. Okay. So the options they have given: cost reduction, seamless knowledge sharing and collaboration, this is the option. Data storage, security enhancement. So these are the sample questions that will be asked. Some more practice question to test your knowledge. So suppose now I give you one question. A team wants a chatbot to remember conversation history. Now most of you have used a chatbot also. The chatbot may not remember the conversation history, but here the situation is the team wants a chatbot to remember the conversation history for account queries. Okay, so some customer has contacted and you are the customer support chatbot you have, and the customer is asking, and the team wants the chatbot to remember in what context the other day the customer asked something and we want to remember that. Which prompting technique should they use so that the customer doesn't have to start afresh and again say what issue he or she faced and so on and so forth. So all of it is on record. The chatbot should be able to understand the previous context, remember the previous context also. So you will use which of the prompting technique here? Simple prompt, which is basic single turn interaction. Obviously, it doesn't look like a right answer because it is a single turn interaction only for once. Few short learning examples within prompts. Again, this is not chain of thought, step by step reasoning. The prompt is given and you are thinking. The customer has faced, for example, the customer has faced certain issues with the product and he's writing the product was this, it was damaged, packaging was damaged, quality was not good. So the step by step reasoning the chatbot will create. And the prompt chaining is actually the answer, wherein the chain of prompts, there is actually the chatbot tries to link the different prompts in the right context in which it was asked. So all the questions that were asked, all the prompts that were given to it, they will link, the chatbot will link as a human being and keep the context in mind. So that is called prompt chaining. So which technique will you use? Prompt chaining. So have you understood what is prompt chaining at least from this? This will all be covered in detail in the course for sure. But have I been able to explain you what is this? Yes? Anyone in the chat at least? So this is one of the practice question that Google Cloud Generative AI Leader Certificate exam can ask. And such similar questions can be asked. How to prepare for success in this certification? Now, Google Cloud Skill Boost, they have 7 to 8 hours of self-paced hands-on labs covering GenAI fundamentals and business applications. All of it is there and it is open source. You can access it at your own self-paced learning. The other way to do it is choose from bootcamp incentives, blended learning programs, or corporate training options tailored to your schedule. So if you want to expedite and make this a very serious thing and you learn very fast, you apply for the exam, you learn the concepts very fast through professionals who are into this domain for long, and then you get your hands-on experience and lab experience as well, exposure as well, and then you confidently attain the test and clear it with flying colors. So practice and apply, engage with mock tests in the training programs. You also get practice set of questions which you can practice real world case studies and some situation based questions and scenarios applicable to businesses which you can practice and gain confidence on clearing the exam. So the tip is to combine. So here not only theoretical but also practical exposure and in practice is important to clear the exam. Certification benefits and recognition, a strategic credibility. Google is trusted all over the world and by obtaining this certificate, you can establish yourself as a trusted GenAI leader with validated experience that everybody recognizes, all organizations, all businesses. Early mover advantage. We mentioned that this certification was launched in May 2025, which is just a few months ago. So if you do it now, you get the early mover advantage because not many people have done, not many people are certified, leaders. So if you get this, you get an early mover advantage and get a competitive edge over all your peers and colleagues. Career enhancement. Add prestigious Google Cloud certification to your CV, LinkedIn profile, and organizational leadership development pipeline, and showcase your new skill, newly acquired skill, and get opportunities accordingly. This is a company, Optimistic Infosystems, that provides training on GenAI, Google Cloud GenAI Leader Certification Program, which you can take. They have partnered with various companies, and they are the training partners for all these companies. So they have established credibility, and you can opt for them. Now, business impact of GenAI. So how is GenAI impacting the business scenario? We will particularly GenAI from Google Cloud. How is it affecting the different business scenarios? We'll delve deeper into that. And I just wanted to ask, have you all downloaded the link that was given in the chat by Navjot sir in the beginning? You can do that. That will help you to get access to this webinar recording if you want to refer to later on. And it will also help you to test your AI knowledge, Gen AI skills. The pre-test and post-test options are there. You can take those tests. So Google Cloud, we mentioned that Vertex AI is there and it is being taught in the certification program. And the success stories of Vertex AI, retail transformation, it has transformed the retail industry. In what way? Personalized recommendation, inventory optimization, and customer service automation. Somebody was mentioning that inventory optimization. So one thing I would like to say is that if suppose in the fashion industry, there is a fad. The fashion changes very fast. Okay, sometimes it can change every 5 weeks. Some new fashion will come up, and by the time the companies, particularly those in the supply chain business, by the time they are coming up with the stock, the fashion is already over and some new trend has started. So in that case, their inventory piles up. There is loss. There is weightage. So the lead times are reduced. Proper recommendations are there. Proper prediction is there. All of it through AI, and you can obtain customer service automation. So you can obtain you can cut down the cost. You can reduce the lead time, and you can obtain enhanced efficiency, and as well as predict which trend would be the next big thing, and you will produce accordingly. You will manufacture accordingly. So this is the power of Vertex AI, and some companies are already using it in a very successful manner for personalized recommendations. We know that Amazon has personalized recommendations, and Netflix, all of it are using AI to recommend what kind of movies you would like to watch or what kind of items you would like to order from the retail stores, online retail stores. So this is very important and interesting uses that you can go through in detail after this webinar. Banking innovation. This is very important. In banks, earlier the traditional way of doing things was riskier, I would say. Now the system is so fast through AI. With the implementation of AI, they can do fraud detection, risk assessment models, and customer support chatbots. So customer support chatbots, not every banking individual. So these are all AI chatbots. They can understand the context. They can talk like human beings. So we don't even sometimes realize that we are talking to an AI chatbot, and we as customers, we share our issues, and the issues get resolved. So 24 hours customer support is there. Fraud detection. By the time the damage, this has to be super fast. Otherwise, the damage that is done, if this is not in place, that can be undoable. So it's massive. So fraud detection techniques are very extensively implemented with the help of AI in the banking sector. And there are so many other things, identity and access management to limit access to the number of people, to the different profile of people, and so on. So this is in these two industries, Vertex AI has been extensively used, and the benefits we can see. Now, Vertex AI in action. Customer experience transformation. This is another area. Experience customer. Like I said, no, sometimes we don't even understand that we are talking to the AI chatbot, and our issues get resolved. So the satisfaction level of the customer is high. And how is that obtained? Through this Vertex AI. Okay. A major retail bank implemented Vertex AI to revolutionize customer interactions through intelligent chatbots and personalized financial recommendations. So this is used by one of the banks, and they have done this. Data integration connected customer data across channels, model training, built customer recommendation engines. Like based on your purchase history, based on your behavior, based on the past data, the model can tell the customer what would be relevant according to his past behavior and activities, and they will suggest appropriate or suitable suggestions, suitable products to so which they can purchase. So it is like cross selling and upselling. Cross sell, upsell, you will know, right? Anyone from marketing here? I'll explain what is cross sell. Suppose you are a banking customer. You can also sell insurance, life insurance or something. Okay, related products. When we are doing selling of related products, then it is cross sell. Same customer, different products. Related products from your source, from your company. It is cross sell. Upsell means some customer has brought one thing and you can ask them to upgrade to some. So we have some account and they'll say upgrade to premium account, something like that. Cross sell, upsell. Deployment launched AI powered customer service. They launched this. For leaders, this means you don't have to reinvent the wheel. So, what does it mean? Why am I telling you all this? What does it mean for us that we don't have to reinvent the wheel? It is already there. Vertex AI already has everything in place. You just plug and play. You just plug into Google's ecosystem and focus on business value. All right. And the question I will ask over here is what AI use case could transform your business function? Now that I have given you some context, which business function in your company you think could be transformed with the use of AI? Let's hear you. I'll give you 1 minute to gather your thoughts and then you can unmute yourself and answer. Anybody, I encourage you to try because we need to think how we are going to apply this information, this knowledge in our own scenario, in our case, in our company. Just any of you, please. Nothing, I encourage you to speak because nothing is going to be right or wrong. You're just thinking aloud as to how Google's Vertex AI, for example, can transform a certain aspect of your business function. If you're a developer, how you're going to use it. If you're a marketing professional or a customer facing, professional executive, how you're going to use it. Simple, right? You can have a chatbot, AI chatbot. Yeah. Please go ahead and answer, Abdul.
Yeah, see, basically, unlike India, where we have very diversified infrastructure and the industry. For
Right.
example, there is consumer and the manufacturing and banking. Unlike, in Middle East, you have limited. For example, manufacturing may not be that much. Consumer, of course, banking, yes.
Yes.
But in this scenario, here in manufacturing, there are industries, but not as like the kind of infrastructure we have in Europe or in India. So this is where is also a challenge where you want to, I mean, encourage people or the companies to implement this kind of courses or this kind of certified courses. So that's what I'm also pondering and looking into because we are basically engineering service provider, but our clients are very limited. It's not like consumer. We have, let's say, around 30 or 40 maximum, or 50, where we focus. But that's what we have to see how we can implement for this in our case. So
Right.
for that, I had no answer. That's the reason I couldn't reply to you. Rather, if you can help us, and if you
Yeah,
can put some light on
absolutely.
that, it will help us.
Sure. I think none of the industries are going to be untouched. Okay, none of the industries will be untouched with AI. Sooner or later,
Right,
they
right.
have to adopt. They have to adopt. So now you have this chance. You have the scope. You are inside that industry. You know the nuances involved. You are deep into that. Okay, I am an outsider, so you are deep into that. You explore and find out which area could be automated. Which function could be automated doesn't require too much of human intervention. Simple task, it can be automated through AI. In manufacturing, there are, the humanoids, the robots are there. They are doing so much of work that is going that right now it's looking like a far-fetched thing, but it will happen very soon in the near future, that the entire manufacturing, even in restaurants we see, robots serving meals. So in the manufacturing, that is just one aspect, but I think I will request you, since you are an insider, explore the different functions and see how and in which functions AI can be used to automate tasks. Okay.
Yeah.
Later on,
Okay.
after this webinar, since that is a very specific area, after this seminar, I'll share my contact details, or you can get it from Sana or anybody here, and then we can be in touch and we can explore that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Anita, I'll just take a moment. So
Sure.
Mr. Abdul, that was really a nice question, because we as a company, we have been supporting couple of Middle East corporate customers, particularly in oil and gas.
Okay. Okay.
And there is
But
a
we provide.
course. Yeah,
Yeah, we
please.
provide a service to these oil and gas as well as power or utility companies, both electricity and water. So we need to just see, I mean, how we can implement. I mean, I mean, rather, how we this course can be helpful to our staff or our engineers. That's what we have to look into.
Great, great. So I guess like Anita has, suggested, we can have an
Hmm.
offline discussion on that, because we would
Yeah, yeah,
have something to offer and explore. Definitely we would have.
yeah. Right, sure, sure. Thank you, thank you,
Thanks, Anita. Please take care.
Yeah, sure.
thank you, Andy. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, Navjot. Yeah. All right. GenAI in action. So we were talking about the banking sector, how fraud detection and other things can be done. See, in manufacturing, Abdul, you said that how to use AI. See, AI can spot defects. Just now I recollected. AI can spot defects in the manufactured products. Okay. I do not know
No, no, no,
exactly what
no.
business your
Actually, I
company
didn't
is.
say other way around.
Huh.
What I said was not manufacturing. Here, we
Huh.
don't have that much of a manufacturing. Of course, in
Okay.
manufacturing, it is needed, but we have less of a manufacturing infrastructure in the Middle East. That's what I meant.
Okay.
Yes, of course, manufacturing and other associated industries and
Got it.
banking, everywhere it is there. As you said, no doubt, every industry is
Yes.
going to,
It has
I
to
mean,
go
implement.
through
Yes,
transformation.
yes,
Yes.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
And AI
Sure.
is, I mean, every industry will be untouched. I mean, in future, if not now. I
Yes,
agree with that.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
And the
yeah,
future
yeah.
is not very far, just 1 year, max two
Yeah, yeah,
years.
it's very
Yeah,
fast. It's very fast.
yeah,
I agree with that.
very
Yes, yes.
fast. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
All
Thank you.
right, moving ahead. Thank you. Moving ahead. So insurance innovation is there, then R&D acceleration and operational excellence. I'll explain each of these and you'll be surprised with the amount of progress that is being made with the help of AI in these domains. Insurance innovation, LoadSure leverages, this is a tool that leverages document AI and Gemini to automate claims processing, dramatically reducing turnaround times and improving customer satisfaction. If you look at the insurance claims of the people previous to our generation, they had a harrowing time running from one office to another physically with all the documents and all of those things. Now, even then their claims were not settled. Even right now, if you look at the scenario, there are a lot of claims. There are a lot of insurance policies that have matured, but the claims have not been done. LoadSure is a tool that leverages document AI and Gemini to automate claim processing. So it is very fast, easy. All the documents are scanned, and the relevant information derived from that, and things are processed faster. So what is this? So some vast amounts of document big documents, big files, okay, PDF files or whatever, you just input it into the system and say that summarize this for me. So they will take out the gist of the information from that document. And if you want some clause, they will also check that if it is relevant to you, if whether the claim is to be, is accurate, whether the claim is right. So all of those things are tested very fast within minutes, and the claim can be processed. So earlier it manually it used to take lot of hours, lot of days of work, and it was a very cumbersome job. But now with the help of this innovation in the insurance sector, claim settlement has become an easy task. Okay. Similarly for R&D acceleration, Vertex AI's agent builder is used in the pharma company. Some global pharma companies are using this to summarize complex research papers. Not just pharma companies, any company, even researcher, PhD researchers, or even students who are writing research papers, or professionals into some kind of research and R&D. What they can do is, there are research papers which are so big, sometimes you have to understand, for example, literature review. There are so many research papers and you have to understand and go through line by line. It takes 6 months of time minimum, okay, to thoroughly read the literature. With the help of AI, in one day you can get that task done. So R&D acceleration is possible with the help of AI, and Vertex AI is a big tool here which can help. So this is one. So it accelerates R&D. Earlier, the research and development used to take a lot of time, but now it can be fast. And when it is fast, the output, the results can be used, and our life can be enhanced, made better through those research results after implementing those research results and the suggested solutions. Now, operational excellence, Fortune 500 multinational deploys Google Agent Space. What is Google Agent Space? It is the workspace that we discussed earlier, which is used to enhance collaboration among team members and encourage knowledge sharing. So this is useful for breaking down internal knowledge silos, enabling seamless information flow of information across various departments. Sometimes the marketing department is aware of something, but the HR department, the finance department, the departments are left out. With the help of this agent space, you can collaborate very easily, seamlessly with other team members from other departments. Now the question that I have for you again to think about is, which business function in your company would benefit most from Gen AI implementation? Share your thoughts in the chat. Anybody?
Hi, Anita. Amrita again. I have a question for you. Can
Sure.
generative AI help in analyzing employee feedback and culture survey more effectively than traditional
Yes, yes.
methods?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It can definitely help understanding employee feedback. Um, so normally, what do you do for employee feedback? You give them some forms, right? See, there is a tool in AI tool which is called Mentimeter, and there are other tools also. What you can do is you just ask the employees to go through that tool, to just log in, and they can give the feedback anonymously if you want anonymous feedback from them. If you want them to give the feedback with their names on it and details on it, that also is possible. And it can be a live feedback. Right now I'm talking to you, and so many people, they can give a live feedback of how I am doing with the help of certain AI tools. All you have to do is just log in, and I will not know who has done what, but we will get the exact amount of how many are satisfied, dissatisfied, how many of them have understood or not understood anything, and things like that. So, real time feedback is possible. And of course, whatever feedback is there in HR related tasks, it definitely can help in a big way.
Sure. Thank you.
Does that answer your question to your satisfaction?
Yes, thanks.
All right, thank you. Moving on, industry applications. So the application of this certification, the validity and the application, it is not just in one industry, in almost all industries, I would say, healthcare, retail, finance, marketing, and many more. It is going to strategically affect all the touch points where leaders drive AI powered innovation across operations. Wherever there is an AI involved, there is speed, there is accuracy, there is excellence. Yeah. So we should definitely adopt as much as possible. Okay. Healthcare details, I'm not going into it because we need time for question answer also. So yeah. So what is the
I have one question. Sorry, interrupting in between.
no problem. Please go ahead.
How can HR as a business partner professional use AI tool to improve, productivity in the daily work? Is there
Yeah. HR can use definitely. See, you get a lot of resumes. You have to go through it, spend time, scan it. Okay. When I say scan it, that means you scan for the keywords. Try to find the keywords. You try to find relevant information, whether those skills are there in the candidate or not. With the help of AI, you can do it in seconds. Okay, you just copy and input that into the GenAI tool and ask it to summarize whether to check whether this candidate is suitable for this role, and you have to give the prompt in a way that gives you the best possible output. So that you have to learn, and which will happen when you go through this certification course. So once you go through it, they will teach you the prompting techniques, and then you will understand how to use it. That was just one example. There are various ways in which payroll, salary disbursement, so many things are there which can be taken care of with AI.
So adding up to that, one most very common use case for HR would be employee onboarding.
Yeah.
So wherein classically, traditionally, what used to happen when an employee joins an organization, so they have to go through a lot of documents and a lot of reading material about the
Right.
policies and frameworks, which is fine. But with the help of tools like Gemini and these GenAI platforms, we can make a lot of these stuff into natural language processing enabled. So wherein
Yes.
instead of like we speak to ChatGPT or Gemini, rather than going through document, employee can just ask a simple question in natural language. What do I do to get a quick holiday, or what do I do to if I'm feeling sick, I want to leave. So rather
Absolutely.
than going through a document, that is a very classic use case. A lot of companies are using it.
Using it, right.
Yeah, it's a very classic use case. One
So
of the
input
basic
the
one.
entire file, and the AI will give you the 2 rules that are very critical to your situation, with how you can obtain that leave that you are seeking. So you don't have
Correct.
to go through the entire document. Yeah.
And we can go to a level 2 wherein based on say last 6 months of queries or last 6 months of prompt that multiple employees have put, there might be a lot of areas an HR can discover that, oh, this was also one of the pain area of the employees wherein we don't have a documented policy. So that is how the process improvement can benefit a lot with the use of these tools. Hope that answers, ma'am.
yeah, yes.
Absolutely.
That,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah. So now your AI journey, how to begin that. So there are certain steps to your certification success. You need to enroll for that certification journey. Learn from the learning paths that are there. So learn those tools, learn those courses, and then practice. Apply the skills that you learn. Practice and have hands-on labs exposure for Vertex AI, Gemini, and so on. And then certify, validate your expertise by taking the exam and get the certification. So you can transform your organization, you can transform your career also with the help of this. Any doubts in the process? Okay, I have 2 case studies actually. Oh, I already discussed this. You can go through it, all of you. And, look at the outcomes. Claim processing time reduced by 70%, significantly accelerating customer service. And customers are also happy with this. Happy customers means you get more and more customers coming back to your company. Increased accuracy in claim assessment. Sometimes, earlier when it was done manually or in traditional ways, there were a lot of mistakes. Those things are minimized. Fraudulent payouts are also reduced. So it is so good and relevant in today's time. All right, reflection question. If you could apply generative AI to any one challenge in your function, whatever role you are in, you are a developer, you are a marketer, or you are a HR professional. So what would it be? And you're facing a challenge, how would you apply Gen AI to overcome that challenge? Please share your thought. Anyone? Now, when you think, you will know that there are certain challenges that you're already facing and how those can be overcome with the use of generative AI and with the use of this course. So while going through this course, you will get more insightful ideas on how you can solve the challenge that you are facing in your function.
Anita, I
Anybody?
believe we should, keep the floor open for questions also now.
Yes.
So anyone
Yeah.
having any query with respect to the content delivered or beyond that, so we would be happy to answer.
Yes.
With respect to the certification or GenAI in general. Because this certification is primarily for non-technical audience, people who don't have much, kind of technical background, more from business, sales, HR.
I have a question.
Sure.
Yes.
Are there any simple generative AI tools where HR professional can, start experimenting with today or boost productivity?
So, ma'am, one, I believe everyone is using nowadays. I don't know because a lot of organizations
I'm
have their
using Chat
restriction
GPT and
yeah,
Gemini.
correct. In personal, ChatGPT and Gemini is one which is a very generic tool, but there are a couple of
Yeah.
specific tools also. Say, for example, there is a very nice tool by the name napkin.ai, if you guys have heard. I'll put that
Okay,
on
first
chat
time.
also. So that is a very nice tool, and you get a lot of credit for free usage also. I'll put in the chat box also for everyone's AI. So it creates your ideas into infographics very nicely.
Okay.
So if you have if you are drafting a presentation or if you're drafting a document for your onboarding process or any other process related stuff.
What about if I am like more into data and numbers. So, is this helpful? Is this
You can
app
explore
helpful?
Copilot, Microsoft's Copilot for Excel sheet and data. It's very, very good. You don't even need to know the different formulas that are required in Excel. You just give the prompt to the system that this is what you want to do with the data. This is the output that you desire, and it will take care of the functions and everything. It will tell you which function to input, and it will help you create the charts, diagrams, everything. So Microsoft's Copilot and also some of the Google tools that are there for TXCI can be used to do that.
Of course.
You need to explore. Yeah.
What
So most
about the
most
data security? Because I don't want to be data to be leaked, right? So is it
sorry,
okay
can you come
to
again?
use?
We could not hear.
So, am I audible now?
Yes.
Hello. Yeah. So I'm saying, what about data security? If I now uploading data on the
Yeah. So Google and Microsoft, the data secret, they're all encrypted data, and here you don't have to think about safety and security concern because they maintain that standard. For other AI tools, I will not be able to vouch, but for these, yes, it is safe.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah.
any
Anybody?
other
Yeah.
query,
Any other
please?
question?
Because GenAI is an evolving field, so I'm sure everyone would have some queries, some curiosity, some clarity more.
Any function you are doing, any task you are doing and facing difficulty, and you want some solution, you want something which can help you expedite it, speed, do it very fast, you just ask us, maybe we can help you.
And one small tip here is that most of us non-technical users, including people like me, I don't come from a technology background. So we restrict our usage more to chatbots like ChatGPT and Gemini. So which is one of a very interesting, very capable, function of GenAI. But beyond that, there are a lot of areas. For example, Gemini is like Copilot is integrated into different Microsoft apps like Excel, Word, Outlook. Similarly, Gemini is integrated in a lot of Google apps like Google
Yes.
Slides, Google Sheets.
Yes.
So mostly we don't, utilize or explore that because, we restrict ourselves just to the chatbot part of that. But if you try to explore Google Sheets, and therein, if you like to explore Gemini, so that can help a lot in data analytics, like we have Copilot in Excel. So similarly, we have Gemini for Google Sheet, Gemini for Google Slides. So these
Yeah.
areas we can explore. And such courses, such certification would be a very nice kickstart to get little deeper into this.
And I want to add on to it, like you correctly mentioned, that most of us only explore ChatGPT. ChatGPT is the worst one when we look at the benefits we get from the other tools that are handy. So once you start exploring those, you will understand the limitation of the one that you are using. So explore those.
Correct. I guess last quarter, OpenAI has announced a very small kind of recharge for ChatGPT, wherein just at a cost of 399 or 350, it is especially for India market.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a good memory database also, wherein if you are using ChatGPT for free, so a lot of your conversation, the engine loses the context after 3 4 iterations. But if you have a paid version of that, so you can have a memory, like, if you are having a long conversation with a chat bot, so it remembers your past conversation also, what you discussed yesterday, what you discussed last month on that particular context.
Right.
Sorry, Saket has some query I could see in the chat.
Okay. Please go ahead, Sakit.
If I use GenAI to help me with coding, do I have control on what data code is shared with AI platforms? Correct, Sakit. So, I mean, you mean to say the data you upload or the output the engine produces based on your prompt?
For which tool you are asking, Gemini or ChatGPT? Which one? I cannot hear.
Yeah, it's on chat. So, Saket will answer that query on the chatbot. Probably it is about the code generation, because code generation is one of the very important part of generative AI outputs.
Yeah, yeah. So you
It's
have to
any other
use a
query?
reliable
Yeah.
AI. You have to use a reliable AI tool, and there you can safely use and generate the course, and your data will be safe. So you have to
Am
make
I
sure.
audible?
Yeah.
Am I audible, Anita?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so my query was regarding like if I am using any coding IDE, just like VS
Mm-hmm.
Code or Visual Studio or Eclipse or any
Mm-hmm.
any IDE like that. So it by default comes equipped with GenAI tools. Like Microsoft tools are already equipped with uh, GitHub Copilot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So query is regarding that, like when I put some prompt for the coding or code generation,
Mm-hmm.
what kind of code that is submitted from my project to the AI tools? Because if I don't have control on that, it can be some security issue, right? Code security.
Mm-hmm. See, as far you want to answer, Joseph?
Sorry.
Yeah, sure. So, Saket, when it comes to code, particularly, mostly very popular tool is GitHub Copilot, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And Copilot as a product suite comes with enterprise security. I mean, if you go to the
Yes.
Copilot interface, so they have this enterprise security. So, I mean, irrespective whether it is Copilot GitHub or Copilot Microsoft, so the data sharing is very restricted and the security is at enterprise level. So that is
See.
why these tools
Yeah.
being promoted by Microsoft, and it is being used in a lot of production area. But still, this is an evolving field. So large companies, they have their own ifs and buts. So they are going cautiously. But
Yeah.
the enterprise level security is being provided by Microsoft in Copilot. And Google also has a similar Copilot for coding tool by the name Codey, Codey. which is not very popular because Google is not much into developer market. But Cody is another tool at the Google ecosystem which provide the same capabilities. But the security in both the areas are enterprise level, which Microsoft claims and the Google claims.
Yeah, they claim, and these are not free tools; they are paid ones. So we do understand, and these companies are reliable, and they claim that these are all safe to use. So we'll go by that for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
So I can have my own governance created for that, right? Like
Yes.
what goes out and what
Yeah,
doesn't.
you can try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks.
So, friends, we
Anybody
wind up
else?
for the day. I believe
Yeah.
we don't have any more questions. So, is there
All
any
right.
other question we'll be happy to answer? We'll pause for next 10 seconds.
I'll stop sharing my screen now.
Great. So I repeat, there is a learning platform at our end, which is LearnX by Optimistic. So the entire recording would be uploaded on that platform within next 24 to 48 hours. And people who joined little late, there was a pre-test, like, it was not a very mandatory kind of stuff, but it was like a fun quiz just to evaluate your current status, current knowledge level on GenAI. That pre-test again is there in the our portal, LearnX portal. And there is a post test also in case you want to appear and in case you want to, check your knowledge post the session. The level of both the tests are a little different. And there would be a small feedback link which is shared in the chat. It would be there in the portal also, LearnX portal. So I really thank everyone sparing your time on a Friday noon, and and I hope you have had some benefit, you found it useful. And probably next week or in the next 15 20 days we might be having a similar webinar, and probably based on the interest that is showed from the market, we might have a small course which help you prepare for this certification. So the most exciting part, which I like to repeat again and again, this is only one of kind of a certification which is targeted for non-technical guys, business leaders. Although there are a lot of free courses, but this is something you have to clear an exam. So its credibility is quite high in the market. And like Anita has again mentioned, that it is very recent, like it has been announced only in May. So if you get certified now in next 3 4 months, so you have an early advantage.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. I request
Thanks,
you to
everyone.
please, I request you to please give the feedback before leaving. That will help me. And so please give a feedback. And thank you, and all the best in your AI journey ahead. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Anita, for your time.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Anita.
Hi, Vikas, Anita. Can you guys hear me? Hello.